Good evening, everybody. Share muna natin yung live video. Okay, good evening. Ayun, wait lang. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Okay, let me just share video. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Yan, hold on, share ko lang. Ayun. Okay. Wow, all the way from Singapore. Hello, Mary. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for always being very consistent joining. Oh, syempre. Sweden represent. Okay, very good, very good. Ay, Mary. Ayan. Oh, finally, in fairness, andyan si Mary. Mabilis na mabilis. Very good. So, kausap ko lang si Mary kanina and I know you have a question. So, pwede na kayong actually mag-send ng inyong mga um, requests for para DJ. Mga questions, okay? So, let me type in lang muna ano. Ay, hi, Amor. Aba. Hello naman sa'yo. And alam mo, before we start, I wanna say hi because merong isang very avid na viewer ng Tarot Tuesdays na who will have a personal reading session with me next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. And she is requesting for a shout out. Of course. I'll be always honored to greet everybody. So, teka lang, I'm looking for her name. Ayun. So, special shout out to Laura Gary, and she is from New Zealand. So, I'm very, very happy that we're really starting to become very global here in our sessions. And that's really the beauty of technology. And it started during the pandemic time happened that before all of my workshops, they all happen every weekend. Physical classes yun here in our condo. And when pandemic happened, we all have to transition and adapt to new opportunities and learning. And so we transitioned to everything online sessions and workshops. And that was really the perfect opportunity for me to meet a lot of students around the world. One of which, nako, ayan na, si Cha. Well, she was still here when I met nga pala, but she already went to Sweden. Pero bago siya makapunta ng Sweden, nakita muna kami, syempre. And now, tuloy-tuloy, very strong ang communication. I want to say hi. Special shout out to my mom, and she's watching. Thank you for the love and support. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Ay, kita ko. Sige, gawin yung mini reunion tong yung chat box natin. Speaking of chat box, I'm going to key in our, what do you call this? Our guidelines for tonight. So for those who would want to participate in tonight's session, so ito lang ating susundan na guidelines. Okay. Ay, hold on. And two. Ang dami na kagad nagsasend ng mga questions. So, very good yan. Very good. Okay. Please remember. Okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay, go ahead. Okay, let me just pin this message. Okay. Hello, Larry. Nako, andyan naman. Uy, 11:11. Andiyan ang ating Team Mega World. Asa na si Rain? Alam ko may mga tanong kayo. Asa na ang ating mga Team Mega World? Aba, pumapasok na. Ayun naman pala. Ayun naman pala. Everybody's here na. So by the way, let me also invite everybody while we're waiting and before officially start yung session natin for tonight, if you haven't watched the episode 3 entitled Mother of the continuation of the love story vlog of our ultimate star, si Bessie, ang Bessie ng bayan, si Janeline, and si Den, ang ating Lodi na si Ismael. I am featured in that vlog. And so, if you haven't watched it, yun, you will also discover the journey of Bessie in her tarot reading journey because I taught her how to read the tarot cards. She's very good, actually. She's very good. Mawawalan ako ng trabaho. Mawalan akong trabaho dun sa babaeng yun. Masyadong magaling. Okay. Oh, hi, Tin. Hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. Okay. So, okay pala ka. Sorry na. Kaka-shower ko lang kasi yung oil sa kamay ko masyadong yung Neutrogena. Ay, baka naman Neutrogena. Baka naman maging may collab tayo. Malay mo, kinalaman ng Neutrogena. Pero yun nga, malay mo naman, di ba? So, okay. So, let me just check. Okay. Okay. So, let us officially start our session for tonight dahil alam kong marami sa inyo ang nag-aabang ng ating live sessions. But before we officially start nga pala, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood ang ating Sunday weekly tarot reading for this week, I highly encourage to uh, watch dahil, ano na bang yung Tuesday? Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, nako, big blessings are gonna be bestowed upon us. So, be sure to watch. Pero kasi sa Saturday, medyo may plot twist kasi yung energy ng Saturday natin. So, especially the Saturday energy is concerning our personal relationships. So, we better be very prepared and grounded. So, magandang malaman natin ang mga paparating na mga energy so that malilesen yung impact. And then, matututunan din natin to prepare with many situations. And as much as possible, if we have a choice to choose between love versus anger, and if we choose love, it will be very great for everybody. So, let us officially start our session dahil alam kong marami nag-aabang ng session natin for tonight. Pero asan ba yung ano ko? Okay. Andito pala. Okay. So, I forgot my lapel. Okay. So, simulan na natin yung session natin with a prayer first. So, I am a practicing Hindu. I will be saying or chanting my prayers in Sanskrit or in Hindu. And I highly encourage, no matter what religion or belief system you are following, to let us gather in God's name and we all pray for God's guidance, wisdom, and protection as we go through tonight's session. Okay? Especially sa mga magpa-participate for tonight, sa mga nandito para humingi ng clarity sa mga sitwasyon sa buhay. Okay? Let us all pray together. Om. Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gururdevo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Wow, good evening, everybody. I hope you also felt the strong presence of God earlier during our prayer. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. My name is Marky Mendoza. I am a Reiki master and teacher, and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to your official Tuesday night habit, and this is Tarot Tuesdays. Now, here every Tarot Tuesdays, you are up for such a great treat dahil we are here to provide free tarot readings for everybody. Teka, yung lapel ko nga pala. So, kung meron kayong mga katanungan, anything about your love life, career, and I know, pinaka-importante, yung health natin, sagot ko yan, libre lamang po ang magtanong. Sa mga gusto po mag-participate, simple lamang po ang instructions natin so that we can participate in tonight's session. Ang kailangan nyo lang pong gawin ay i-share po ang live video na ito sa social media accounts po ninyo and make sure that you take a screenshot po na share po natin yung live video and then isend po natin to our official Facebook page. And this is Everyday Reiki with Marky at our Facebook. And hello, ayan. Okay. And pwede na po tayo magtanong and ask your questions as you send your entries in our Facebook page. Now, remember, maging specific po tayo sa mga katanungan natin. So, kung ang katanungan naman po natin ay saan naman makukuha o ang basis ni Marky sa mga makikita niya mga possibilities sa lahat na magpa-participate tonight. So, ang mababasa po natin ngayon, ang i-read po natin ay mga energies na magpa-participate. And what is comprised of your energies? May tatlong elemento po. These are your thoughts, current thoughts, current decisions, and current actions. Now, once we start taking action, it will automatically be subjected to the universal law of cause and effect. We commonly know it in the Christian or the Catholic faith as the golden rule. For us, sa aming mga Hindus, ang tawag nito ay ang law of karma. Now, science calls it Newton's third law, third law of motion. In every action, there's always equal or unequal action-reaction. Now, simply, it's a law of cause and effect. So ngayon, once we start taking action, yun po ang makikita natin. So, therefore, ang mga pinaka-accurate po na mga mariread natin na energies ngayon ay mga patungkol sa inyo. Kung sino magtatanong, hahanapin ko sa energy ninyo ang kasagutan. Now, yung iba sa inyo, magtatanong pero ang concern po, imbis na hahanapin ko sa inyo sa magtatanong ang energy, ang sagot ay malamang hahanapin ko sa ibang tao. And when that happens, at kung walang awareness yung taong paghahanapan ko ng energy or babasahan ko ng energy, it will be a case of overstepping or simply parang invasion of privacy kasi wala ho tayong pahintulot na basahin ko ang energy nila pero ginagawa ko ito. And when that happens, meron po kasi yung karma. Yung karma hindi po dun sa nagtanong, doon po sa sumagot, sa doer of the action. Kaya naman, tama na. So meron naman pong paraan, just in case your questions will be involving relationships. It can be your romantic relationships, your friends and family. Ang kailangan lang po natin gawin para walang karma sa akin, hahati-hatiin po natin ang energies. So, kung ilan po kayong kasali dun sa katanungan, hatiin po natin yung energies ninyo equally and then pwede na pong itong itanong ng walang karmang kasama. May konting reminder lang po tayo when that happens kasi remember, hindi po natin makokontrol ang isipan, ang mga desisyon at ang mga galaw ng ibang tao. Ang kaya lang po nating i-control ay ang sarili po natin. Therefore, kahit nga po pagkatapos ng ating session for tonight and then biglang nagbago ang isip, ang kanilang desisyon at mostly ang kanilang mga galaw, and then may possibility, actually malaking possibility na mabago din yung mga possibilities na nabasa natin. So therefore, sabi ko nga, ang pinaka-accurate na mababasa nating energies ay patungkol sa inyo mismo na mga magpa-participate in tonight's session. Now, remember, sa ating tarot cards and our featured tarot cards for the month, this is the Golden Tarot of the Czar. Ito po ang gagamitin natin tarot cards, and each month we will be featuring different tarots for everybody kasi marami po ang collection. Hindi ko naman siya masyado nagagamit kasi may mga favorite ako for my sessions. But let's all have fun in discovering the other mga artists na ito yung mga favorite na mga artists ko sa larangan ng tarot reading. I mean, tarot cards rather. And so, may dalawang klase ng tarot cards na pwede tayong makuha. So, yung mga cards natin, pwede siyang major cards. So, kapag major cards ang mga nakuha natin, ibig sabihin magandang sign ito na it's either a sure blessing or pwede namang warning. Pero kung minor cards naman na makukuha natin, hindi naman ibig sabihin hindi siya maganda. Kailangan lang may mga tatrabahuhin tayo para mag-manifest ito into a bigger blessing. Lahat na magpa-participate for tonight, it's a very good session for everybody dahil sa lahat magtatanong, bubunot po tayo ng 3 cards. 3 cards will be representing your past, present, and future. That means, makikita natin sa katanungan ninyo, ano bang, by the way, difference? Kasi before, ang format ng Tarot Tuesdays natin, bawat isang tanong, isang card ang bubunutin ko. Pero, ang difference ng isang card na bubunutin versus 3 cards ay, ang ginagawa ko kapag nagtatanong lang kayo before, kung isang barahan lang kukunin ko, malalaman nyo lang kung anong magiging possible na kahahantungan ng mga life experiences natin. Kapag 3 cards, makikita natin yung background ng energy in the past and kung anong ginagawa ng energies natin ngayon at kung saan siya papunta. It will be a more concrete na pagbibigay ng guidance sa lahat po na magpa-participate for tonight. Okay? So para po yan sa inyong lahat na syempre, alam ko po na inaabangan ninyo yung ating session. So maraming salamat po. And so, that is it for our guidance for tonight. Maaari na po kayo mag-send ng mga questions dahil kanina narinig ko ang dami ng entries natin. By the way, sa lahat po na magsistay at the end of our session, again, lahat po kayo, you are entitled to join our raffle. And 2 linggo na po na nakakapag-participate lahat ng mga winners from our last month's raffle entry. So just so you know, and if you are new here, just by tuning in, magpa-participate man kayo, or if you're tuning in, especially, stay tuned towards the end of our session dahil lahat po ng matitira na manonood at the end of our session will be entitled to join our raffle entry. And ang mga prizes natin ay workshops po. So these are the workshops for September because at the end of this month, we will be drawing new sets of winners to win these prizes. So these winners are going to be winning 2 winners of emotional healing classes, 2 winners of crystal work for modern living na class, 2 winners din ng meditation and life-changing mantras, and then 2 winners of Reiki 1 classes with me, and let's all learn Reiki. And finally, a winner of Vedic astrology session. So these are all up for grabs just by tuning in and also to celebrate syempre yung continuous love and support ninyo sa aming YouTube channel. So maraming salamat po ulit. So remember, you are gonna be it's gonna be a very exciting and fulfilling day para sa ating pong lahat. Kaya naman, simulan na natin after this one sip of coffee. Alam nyo naman, di ba? Okay. By the way, I wanna thank my baby for a very good setup na ginawa niya sa akin. Kita mo naman, di ba? Medyo nasanay tayo na iba-iba yung angles natin, di ba? So, yan. So, meron kaming meron special coffee nook. Oh, teka, medyo igilid ko ng konti. Ayan. We have a very special coffee nook here. Ayan. Teka lang. Oh, ayun pala. That's even better. Okay. So, everybody, maraming salamat and simulan na po natin. By the way, sa lahat na magtatanong for tonight, alam ko parang ang ending lang yan ng mga katanungan natin. Ang gusto nating malaman ay, will it be favorable o hindi? Ganun lang naman po ang ating mga hinahanap ng mga possible na mga kasagutan. Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Huwag po kayong mag-alala kasi naalala niyo po, ang makukuha po nating mga possibilities will all be according to your energy. That means, kapag maganda po yung mga nakukuha nating cards, pwede pa natin siyang pagandahin. And kung ang tanong ay paano, all we need to do is to improve our thoughts, decisions, and actions, and then mag-i-improve na po lahat. Now, if there are questions na kapag bumunot po tayo ng cards may not be a little favorable for everybody, may paraan pa rin tayo para mag-improve to by that is simply applying change and to change our energies as well. So shift your thoughts, decisions, and actions, and then hindi na natin makukuha yun. So I will always say, everything is good news. Kaya wag po tayong matatakot magtanong. Okay? So simulan na po natin ang ating very first, suking-suki yung ating ano. Yan, oh. Ay, ano daw to? Ano? Sandali, sorry hindi ko na-gets yung ano, yung first question medyo ano yun, medyo high level yung tanong kasi spiritual 'tong ano, participant natin. Medyo high level yung tanong niya, pero bibigyan kita ng chance na ano, na linawin yung gusto mong question. Medyo ano, nagulat ako dun sa na tanong mo. Teka lang, bilisan mo bago kita asarin dito online. Sige. Anong ibig sabihin nung sinabi mo? Teka lang. So, while I'm doing this, bago ko pinapa-restructure dito sa ano, sa current kaibigan ko kasi 'to. Okay, maghe-hello muna ako sa inyong lahat. Hello, Charlotte Mercigan. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in tonight. Juan Antonio Carlo Lopez. Hello, hello. Maraming salamat for joining. Baka may question. Ay, hello, napakaganda talaga ng Emerald Dweller na name. Ay, bakit next ka na lang? Bakit? Najahe ka. Iniisip ko. Na-pressure. Oh, sige, next na lang daw siya. Sige, bibigyan kita ng time. Bigyan kita ng time to rephrase this. Nagulat mo ako doon, pero sige, bibigyan kita ng chance na ano, na ayusin natin yung life natin. Okay. Okay, sige. Ay, naku, yung ano muna natin, technically, first participant natin. Hello! Oh my gosh, may anak. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Okay, eto Suki yung ating first participant. By the way, sa lahat ng mga magpa-participate sa atin tonight, wag po kayong mag-alala ha. Do not hold back sa lahat ng mga ating katanungan, no matter how sensitive it is. And by the way, there's no right or wrong question. Wag po kayo mahihiya. Basta may gusto po kayong maiklaro sa mga katanungan sa buhay natin, go ahead and tanong lang po natin yun. And in full confidence that we will never disclose kung sino po yung magpa-participate dahil ang mahalaga ay matulungan kayo. So here it is. Namaste, Marky. Please divine guidance for spiritual journey. First two participants natin, napaka-high level ng mga tanong about spirituality. Sige, tignan natin yan. Napakagandang question because for people na, and if you're new here, and eventually kapag po narinig nyo ang mga guidance natin sa lahat po na magpa-participate tonight, and if this is going to serve as a very good inspiration po sa inyo to finally start your spiritual journey, nandito po lagi si Reiki with Marky to fully love and support you in this journey. In fact, me and my students, we have this safe space in which I keep them all in one social media na account. And then, this is also serving as our support group. Just like similarly yung grupo natin. Oh, by the way, bago ko makalimutan, grabe maraming salamat because yung first target natin of hitting our first 1,000 subscriber mark, malapit na, nagka-countdown na ako. I'm so happy. So maraming salamat, sir, sa continuous love and support. Sobrang nakakakilig po. Maraming salamat. Sige, eto na. Ang dami kong chismis. Sorry na. Pumapalo na kasi yung kape. Okay, so, teka lang. Na-OC ako dun sa ano. Ayan, that's better. Okay, so, ayan, para makikita nyo kung saan ko nilalagay yung mga cards kapag babasahin ko siya. So, dito ko ilalagay. So, this is going to be our first participant. Ang tanong niya, guidance sa ating spiritual journey. I'll be happy to assist you in this. So, 3 cards para sa'yo. This is your first card, second card, and third card. Okay, so eto na. Alam mo gantong-ganto itsura ko kapag nagbabasa ako for my clients online. This is really, dito talaga ako umuupo kapag nagse-session. So it really feels very familiar. Okay, sige. Here is the first card. Aba! Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, what a great start. Okay. So, para po sa lahat ng mga para magkaroon yung mga nanonood ngayon, para magkaroon kayo ng idea kung paano mas magiging kumbaga, paano natin masisigurado na yung mga questions natin will yield very, very good answers. The more major cards that we get, dahil 3 nga po ang kukunin natin, the more major cards we get, mas maganda ang magiging results nun. So, 3 out of 3, 2 out of 3, or 1 out of 3. Ibig sabihin, these are affirmations that you are starting to progress. you are starting to manifest it. Ngayon, hindi naman sabi ko nga kung ang lumabas yan ay puro minor cards, hindi naman sa hindi siya maganda. Dun mo lang malalaman kung ano pa ang mga tatrabahuhin mo to keep improving your energy and then therefore to manifest these blessings. So, alam mo, yung first participant natin, nakakakilig naman sa spiritual journey natin. There are 2 out of 3 major cards. So this is really something. So here we go. Our first major card is the Chariot. Okay. So, saan ba mas okay? Teka lang. Tignan natin ha. Okay. Lapit natin ng konti. Ay, sorry na. Okay. Hindi lumilindol dito. Kalma lang tayo. Inusod ko lang yung ano. Oo nga. Okay din. Okay din yung ganyan. No? Ayan. That's good. Okay. So, ang ganda kasi ng tarot na to. No? Okay. So this is the Chariot. Okay. The Chariot is one of my favorites na major cards because this is a symbol. This is a symbol of mobility. So talking about literally progress, this is what this Chariot is about. Pero may magandang reminder ang Chariot. The Chariot is actually an a card that symbolizes mobility, pero in such a way that you are in control of your mobility or your progress. The thing is, this card represents, para tayong in a modern day, para tong a representation to ng sasakyan or ng kotse, na if you wish to move forward, all you need to do is to step on the gas. Pero habang umaandar tayo, tapos makakapunta tayo, or we will end in a stoplight, and then we will hit the brakes para mag-pause muna tayo, and we can do that. Or kung halimbawa, as we're moving forward, tapos naisip natin, ay, may nakalimutan ako, kailangan kong balikan, and then you can go ahead and reverse. So, anong representation pa nito? And especially if the first card, kaya pala 3 cards, again, past, present, future. So, in the past, this is a representation that you finally see the importance of how you would need. It's a need. It's a need to start your spiritual journey because of your past experiences. Your past experiences that has led to questioning. The past experiences that made you feel disappointed in so many ways. Either these are the decisions that you've done on your own, or these are also the experiences associated with people in the past that may have given you what you will always, this is the thing that you'd always call, it left a scar, or these are experiences that may have traumatized us. It needs to happen. Normally, these opportunities of spirituality arise because there is something traumatic. Not necessarily tragic, sometimes it leads towards that, but more often than not, it can be traumatic. And so those are the times that we say that we are in the total darkness or rock bottom, or we feel like we're totally lost. Something has to happen only for us to discover what our true capacity is. But the thing is, in the past, before, parang sasakyan, minsan urong-sulong. We are starting to feel the level of comfort only to parang somehow lose our grip. Yung parang makakalimot only to remind you with several instances again that will lead you back to really focusing and trusting spirituality. Now, the next card, eto na, yung pag-start ng pag-embrace natin. Because this is another major card, and this is the Hermit. And I like the energy of the Hermit because the Hermit is it's a very spiritual, teka, mas maganda talaga, ayan. Yun pala. So parang ano lang natin. Nandito kasi yung ano ko, yung I'm going to get, nasira kasi yung ano ko, yung ring light ko. Hindi naman ako lumalabas. So, ayan, that's better. Okay, so the Hermit is a very spiritual card na in Tagalog, ang tawag sa kanila ay ermitanyo. And remember, they are very wise and intelligent na spiritual beings. And also, these are the beings that you can never find outside. Usually, hahanapin mo sila. Remember in mga fairy tales, sila yung either deep into the woods, joke, deep into the woods, or parang ano sila, you will find them inside a cave, isolated basically. And this is what this card is telling us. Na right now, you are starting to go back to that phase wherein you are wanting to focus on this and isolate yourself so that you can really absorb the lessons this time. Kumbaga, if there is a time that you finally told yourself, now I'm dedicated. Now I'm sure these experiences will lead to me finally really embracing my spirituality. And ito na yun. Now, the third card, where it leads in the future, you are really blessed because look at this. A gift is gonna be given to you. Not just so this is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Ayan. Oh, yan. Okay. pamain na lang po sa may gusto nag-live sell, joke. Okay. So 'yan, so the Nine of Cups, as you can see yung imagery niya dito, may parang king na nagbibigay or nagre-reward ng something sa isang tao. And it's a symbol of what gifts that are ready to unfold. Now, these are not just material things that is we would initially think, hala, yung blessing. I'm telling you, hindi lamang po material ang mga blessing na binibigay sa atin ng Diyos. I want you to know that there are many forms of blessing and one of them is peace of mind. And I'm telling you, as you move forward your spirituality, you will come into terms as to why these specific happenings in our life, specific pain and suffering, specific challenges that may have brought your knees down and for you to say, I am almost here to give up. But here you are, started finding the light from within. Ang dami kong English. Ang gusto mo yun? Ganda effective yung kape. Nag-work yung kape. Maybe okay to. Okay, dinamay pa. Okay, so thank you for my baby always making coffee for me. Ay, shush, nakalandi pa. Ay, sorry na. Okay, so sorry. So all I'm saying is that one of the things that you will be receiving is that peace of mind that you finally feel that this is really what you deserve because we all deserve peace of mind. Oftentimes alam mo 'yon, maraming kaya nating pagdaanan sa buhay kahit na hindi necessarily may resolusyon, but we somehow look for that inner peace na kahit gaano man or kahit ano man ang ating magiging mga challenges sa buhay, you're okay to go through with that because you are at peace with everything. And this is what's at stake for you. Of course, hindi mawawala yung abundance. There is actually in 2 weeks' time, you're gonna receive a very sweet surprise. It's very good news. So I'm going to be excited for you once it unfolds. Watch out for it 1.5 weeks from now up to 2 weeks. There's gonna be a sweet surprise coming. And this one is kaching-kaching. So, yun lamang. Maraming salamat and thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. Okay, wow! What a great start! Oo, ang daming tubig. Sobrang great start pero ang daming okay. So, maraming salamat. Good evening, everybody. Again, namaskaram. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. Ang slang mo naman. Ang American ex. Joke lang. Naka-accent yung kape. Okay. Okay. So, ano naman ang ating second participant? Tignan na natin. Ay, yung nga palang first participant, babalikan na natin. Okay, sige, hahanapin ko. Ayun. Okay. Hi, okay. Naging essay writing contest tuloy yung explanation. Okay, joke lang. Teka, basahin ko muna teka lang. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Yun naman pala, okay. So, ito yung katanungan ng ating participant. Sabi niyo, I lost a baby almost 3 years ago and naisip ko siya the past days. I just want to know if he has anything that he wants to tell me or guide me with. Does it make sense? It does. Pero, alam mo, let me tell you this. Also in Hinduism, believe it or not, the time when we especially for the mothers who are carrying their babies inside of their womb for 9 months, believe it or not, yes, there is life. There is already life. Anong tawag dito? There is already life dun sa bata. But it is the actual time na pumapasok yung soul doon sa katawan ng bata is at the first gasp of air, in which that is also the time. Imagine it. That was the first time. That's also the exact time. Kasi remember, inside of their wombs, hindi naman sila humihinga. Hindi sila humihinga doon until they are given birth to. And at the very first gasp of air, kaya nga di ba pinaiiyak or pinapalo yung bata para umiyak. But that is pag nag-start mag-flow and circulation and to go all over the body. And then, that is gonna be the first gasp of air. Okay, so that is the only time that the child or the baby will receive or will have the soul. Okay. But technically speaking, lahat naman ng bagay may consciousness. Lahat ng bagay may consciousness. So, More than anything else, eto hindi pa ako ano ha, hindi pa ako bumubunot pero nakikita-kitaan ko na because you know how it is. Ang nangyayari talaga dito is minsan sinasabi ko muna yung mga guidance and then pag bunot ko ng cards, it is going to support yung pinaka-guidance na binigay ko. Ay, I wanna say hello muna kay ano, kay Roxanne, Roxy Barce. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. And syempre, ay, good evening din. Hello. Ivy, alam mo ba na nanalo ka ng session I was messaging you, nanalo ka sa raffle natin last month and you won meditation and life-changing mantras. But of course, you can still use it on our next month's schedule. So, update tayo and I've check mo yung message ko dun sa ano, nag-message ako sa iyo sa inbox natin. You won. Okay? So, congratulations. Next month's schedule, dun mo atinan siya. Pwedeng-pwede naman. Okay, congratulations. So going back, eto na yung ano ko ha. Eto na yung sasabihin ko. Yes, may consciousness lang naman lahat ng mga bagay. Whether it's a living thing or a non-living thing, lahat po may consciousness. It just, the only difference is the level of consciousness that we all get to perceive. Of course, human beings, they have one of the strongest potential in all of consciousness. Okay, only one of them. But maraming marami pa. Okay, but going back, so if the question is, we may think that the message that we are looking for is really what the consciousness of the baby that we lost 3 years ago, but more of it's really the forgiveness sa sarili, the disappointment that you felt because of the guilt that you're processing, that through these years that you've learned through these years that you've learned not to let go, but you've learned to develop the love even without that baby manifesting fully. Hindi nawala yung pagmamahal. But the love is there, it has grown, but at the same time, it is also filled with some guilt. And I want you to know that it is not your fault. Okay? I mean, it never is. It never is anybody's fault. Not at all. If there is one thing that is for sure, when these things happen, it may be something that may reflect tragic experience. But at the end, it is always about how we become at peace with anything and everything that unfolds with our life. No matter these are blessings, hindi naman tayo nagagalit kapag may mga blessings sa atin. So equally, we celebrate it because it is how it should be. Pero when tragic things also happen in life, in the future, we may feel that there is a very huge importance why it happens, why it should happen. But at the very moment that it is happening, while you are processing this experience all at the same time, imagine, hindi masama to feel bad and the guilt. Hindi masama that at some point, there are the shoulda, woulda, coulda trying to kick in and you're trying to tell yourself that you did your best and you really did. You really did. But the thing is, there is always divine timing for everything. And it's not that it is not just meant. It only tells you and it gives you an idea that the next time it will be just a lot better. It is just a lot better. And so dahil diyan bubunot na tayo ng cards and then you will see kung ano yung pinaka-ano. Tingnan na lang natin kung ano yung pinaka-message talaga dapat sa'yo. To just second and to support kung ano yung na-mention ko na kanina. Okay. This is your first card. This is your second card. And our third card, here we go. Okay. So again, past, present, and future. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ayun, ano ba 'yan? Grabe naman. Ano ba 'yan? Okay, napakaganda ng message. And alam mo, the cards talaga are very, very literal. Just so you know, there are 78 cards in one tarot deck. And so far, I've only entertained one question, and this is the second question I'm entertaining. So there are still many cards, pero ito yung nabunot. Tingnan mo, this is the Ace of Cups, and this is your card. But tingnan mo yung representation. I hope you can see that. Okay. Teka, ilapit ko ng konti. Ayan. Medyo madilim lang, but let me, As you can, ayan, that's a lot better. So as you can see, this is like the mother literally kung saan nakapwesto yung child. And there's a child here. And look at the water overflowing, which again represents the level of the love that you've developed. Pero yun nga, it carries out many emotions. And most of that are also filled with guilt. And you think, and it has always been there and hindi pa rin nauubos because sabi ko nga eh, and I don't think anyone can tell us, not a single person can tell us na parang bakit hindi ka pa over, bakit nandyan pa rin yan, why are you still processing it, or bakit parang when you think about it, bakit ka pa rin nasasaktan. It's been a while. It's been a while. You know, there are people who can easily turn their life around and tell them I'm ready to move forward even overnight. Literally, people can do that. I mean, there are success stories that people can do that, and it's not bad. But there are also people that may have taken a month, a year, years, or maybe a decade, but still hasn't found that opportunity to really be at peace with everything. And there is no fault in that as well because kanya-kanya po tayo ng processing ng everything. Kanya-kanya po tayo ng mga sarili nating timeline sa buhay and ng divine timing. And again, there is nothing wrong with that. Now, eto na yung second card. Tingnan mo, napaka-amazing. It is we have the Empress. The Empress is the energy of the mother, and look at that. It doesn't mean that you will never have the opportunity to have that again. And this is what this card is telling you. That, and look how symbolic this is. Literally, it is going to be presented to you as the gift that it's going to let you really remind you that it is a gift. But there is just a little warning na naman. Specifically, yung sinabi ko, it will be given to you the second time around. But for you to feel a little guilty pa din, to still carry this burden, for you to really be too hard on yourself kahit na marami ka ng blessings is something that you do not deserve. Because ayan siya, this is the the four of swords na parang ayun, na you're still gonna be trapped in that area na parang kahit na marami ng blessings sa paligid mo, kahit na marami ka na na-experience ng mga continuous blessings, and if that part of you being a mother is being presented and being fulfilled, marami ng blessing. I hope you will be at peace no matter how it unfolded dahil no matter how or why it's supposed to happen, ito ay nangyari for us. Not to grow more anger, not to just grow more resentment. This is an opportunity to grow love. This is an opportunity for us to value our life even more and to value others as well, and the people that we, as we go through in this journey, the people who will contribute to that positive shift that will happen in our life, yun ang mga magagandang blessing na nangyayari sa atin. I want you to focus on those good things and good blessings all at the same time. And little by little, to learn to be at peace with it, to see it. Initially, it may have scarred us literally and figuratively, but at the same time, it allowed you to see how much love you can give for the family that you have, and that is such a strong gift. I'm so proud of you. In the future, never be afraid because again, the sinanggot ka klarong-klaro, the energy of the Empress, the mother's energy, this is given. So, thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. What a meaningful session so far. Hello, good evening. Welcome everybody. If you're new here, maraming salamat po for joining us. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher, also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to your official Tuesday night habit. Nakakaslang ang kape. It's Tarot Tuesdays, everybody. Ibang level tong kape na to. Baka mamaya British accent na ako dito. Hindi, joke lang. Okay, so todo na natin. By the way, if you're new here and you want to participate, just check our pinned post in our comment section and then pwede na po kayo mag-participate. But I want to say hi, ante ka lang. Okay. Is it, did I say it right? It's Queen Charlene. I've been watching your vlogs lately, Kuya, and so far your readings, it's happening to me. Oh, sorry na. Okay, sana yung sa, I know, alam mo, Baka you're referring to yung mga warnings, huwag kang mag-alala, hindi ka nag-iisa. Hindi ako bulletproof sa mga readings ko. Ako din, dahil syempre nakatira naman tayo dito sa Earth. So, lahat ng mga experiences ninyo ay experiences ko rin. Okay? Ay, thank you. Naiyak ako. Ay, sorry, di ka naman akalaing maiiyak ka. O sige. Joke lang. Kaibigan ko 'to. Okay, sige. Love you. Mm. Sige, I'm so happy to be of service to you. Okay. So eto na, tingnan na natin yung ating second participant. Aba, aba, aba. Okay. Okay. So eto na, tingnan na natin yung ating third participant. Hello, Master Namaskaram. Namaskaram din sa iyo. Okay. So can you see my energy if I am better off without my husband? Time na ba to stop trying? We have tried fixing things countless times na nababago for a while pero bumabalik din sa dati. Thank you as always. At dahil dyan, bago ako bumunot, okay, nako, gagawin ko din, nako, mag-Dear Marky muna tayo. Okay? So, hello, my fellow Reiki Master is here. And Master Lay, maraming salamat for joining. Hindi to Momo session, wag kang mag-alala. Every Thursday, every Thursday usapan nating Kala Beans. Yung anak ko ay humihingi uli ng atensyon. Meron kaming we have a jade na charm sa doorknob. Kinakalembang niya yung if he wants to some attention. Parang klang 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 ganun siya. So yeah, he's doing it. Okay. So maya-maya pakilala ko uli siya sa inyo. So, bago tayo mag-discuss similarly kung anong ginawa ko dun sa previous participant natin, Kala, okay, daddy's working, pangbili mo 'to ng cat food. Kailangan mo ng tatrabaho si daddy. Okay, okay. So, bago tayo magbunot ng cards, I would want to remind you muna of something, okay? Now, this is not the type of, what do you call this, parang reminder na ang pagkasal ay hindi yan parang mainit na kanin, na kapag iyong sinubo ay iluluwa mo din kapag iyong napaso. Okay, that is really, I know these are things that we commonly hear, pero what do we really mean by this? Sometimes we can take things literally and figuratively, pero what do we really mean by this? Na parang, and you know what? Honestly, I know that marriage is just has this parang bigger responsibility of making it work, but lahat po ng relasyon, whether it's sealed on paper, or it can be that hindi, all relationships are technically bound to go through these things. Lahat ng klase ng relationships natin, tinatrabaho yan. And hindi ibig sabihin na ito ay hindi magiging suportado ng dokumento. Napakalalim na. Ibang level 'tong kape na 'to. Nakaka-English ka ng maganda, nakaka-Tagalog ka ng malalim. Ibang level. Dahil diyan, anong tawag dito? I wanna thank, meron baka naman, this is another sponsor. I'm manifesting it. Thank you, Starbucks, sa ating coffee pods. Joke lang. Pero baka naman kung magkatotoo, why not? A blessing is a blessing. Okay, joke lang. Okay, so I want to give more context into understanding any form of relationships. It doesn't mean na it's on paper o hindi. Lahat po ng relationships natin, ito po ay tatrabahuhin natin ng malugod sa puso natin. Like we are wanting to grow something and be proud of it. Na like it's a work of art that at the end, pag natapos mo yung work of art, you can take a step back and you'll tell yourself, I'm so proud of what I did. I'm so proud of what I did. Proud ako dun sa dami ng pinaghirapan ko na medyo na yung mga patience ko na naubos. Pero yung fulfillment ko na nabigyan niya ng fulfillment, yung sarili ko after. And yung opportunity for my creative juices to flow. And for me to really recognize yung hirap na hindi madali. But lahat ng bagay na pinaghihirapan and lahat ng mahirap habang ginagawa natin, when we at the end na-discover natin in the end why we keep doing it, it's such a great feeling. And it doesn't mean na mahirap siya, ganun na siya parati. Now, here is the thing. Here is the thing about these things. Ang isa pang importante kasi na malalaman natin is that it should be teamwork. It should be teamwork. It should never happen na yung isa lang yung nagiging mindful and then yung isa, bahala na. Bahala na, o ikaw na lang mag-a-adjust. It can be a little challenging dun sa isa. Kaya imaginein mo naman, kung isa lang ang bumabalanse sa lahat ng mga bagay-bagay sa relasyon, it can be very challenging. And kung nagbibigay talaga tayo ng pagmamahal sa isa't isa, gagawa tayo ng paraan para tulungan ang isa't isa and not to put each other down. But that in itself is already a challenge. Why? Because there's pride, there's ego, and at the same time, the underlying situation there is that it all boils down to the communication that you both have. Hindi lang sa nagko-communicate, because we can all do that. It's the quality of communication that you both have with each other. Ayan na yung anak ko, nagpapa-fetch na. Okay, sige, okay. Here we go. Sandali. Ay, palaka. Sorry po. Ay, sige, magfe-fetch tayo, pero mag-hi ka muna sa kanila. You say hi muna. Hello, everybody. Wow! Ay, shush. Wow! Okay. Sige. Dahil nag-hi ka na sa kanila, pwede tayo mag-fetch. Ito na. Ito na. Ay, palaka. Sorry. Okay. Huwag ka magbasag, anak, ha? Oh my gosh, ayan. Sorry na, alam mo na 'pag magulang kailangan mo mag-multitask. Ganyan tayong mga magulang. Okay. Hello daw kay Kala. Sabi sa'yo, ito mo, ayun. Alam din niya, sanay na yan sa camera. Okay. So, mabalik tayo. Remember, maganda na people who are tuning in na naa-apply niyo yung mga ganitong mga lessons sa buhay. Pero tandaan niyo, huwag niyong sosolohin yung mga natututunan ninyo. Huwag ninyong isasarili lang yung mga learnings na thinking that maybe, nakakuha ko ng help, ikaw, bahala ka makakuha ng sarili mong help. Meron ako, pero ikaw, hanap ka. Hindi yun ganun. When we discover something na may makakatulong sa relasyon, and kung ang solusyon ay pang-relasyon, we need to inform the person on how the person can be learning from you as well. Now, not unless, syempre, yung mga guidance na na-pick up ninyo ay mga pang-sariling mga sitwasyon, and then go ahead and then apply it in our lives. But if yung mga natututunan nyo is applicable for relationships, may it be for your romantic, your family members, or your friends, then ma-measure nyo kung effective siya kung i-a-apply natin. Hindi enough na we also absorb it here in our minds na alam lang natin this is the way. This can be a very good opportunity to grow love without letting the person know. Without also giving your fair share of help dun sa inyong partner. And I'm telling you, yes, trabaho yan, pero hindi natin i-measure. Hala, ba't ako lang gumagalaw? Bakit parang ako lang yung may effort? Bakit sabi nga ni Bea, ba't parang kasalanan ko? Ayan, ay shush. Okay, sandali. Eto na naman. Fetch. Sige. Okay, ayun. Sorry na. Narinig niyo, wow, gumagana. Okay, so, going back. Remember, these are tools. And if these are tools, it is meant to be utilized kapag kailangan. Ito ay pangangailangan. So kapag tayo, and alam mo, let me tell you din this, and it's also something that happens normally, not just, kahit ako, I am not bulletproof in this, and there are times na may mga kailangan may pag-usapan ng partner ko, and then we do this, we apply all this all at the same time. Because hindi kami magbibigay ng mga guidance sa inyo na hindi namin na-apply sa sarili namin. And then what does it make us? Na it can never be just lip service. And kaya ako nakakapagbigay ng mga ganitong payo sa inyo is because these are things that I literally apply sa lahat ng mga sitwasyon ko sa buhay. Kaya kayo pwedeng magpunta dito with many sorts of questions, many sorts of experiences, and I am ready to answer and to share my wisdom dahil one way or another, I was able to experience all those. And myself as well, have gone through my own sets of ordeal in which I was able to apply these tools. I was able to use it, and it essentially worked. But remember, kung para saan ang wisdom na makukuha natin, the only time that we can measure if its efficiency and kung talagang nagwo-work ito, kung gagamitin din natin. So it can never be just stuck here in our wisdom na alam natin. We know a part of us know what to do. A part of us really know what to choose best. But it's only a matter of being mindful of continuously choosing it without measuring na bakit ako lang? O bakit ba't ako lang ang mindful? O bakit parang ako lang yung dapat mas mabait and then ako yung mas mag-iintindi? And you know what? When I was younger, I honestly don't understand my mom when she says this. My mom would always say, kapag nag-aaway kaming tatlo magkakapatid, o kaya may hindi kami pagkakaintindihan, ang sinasabi niya sa amin is that, sinong kayang umintindi, yun ang umintindi. And when I was listening to it when I was younger, with so much pride and ego, I will always say, then paano kung ako yung nasa lugar? And just because ako yung nakakaintindi, kahit na ako yung may point, why do I need to bow down to that? Why do I need to yield when in those situations? Because not because you are better, but because you are loving. And that in itself is a beautiful thing. Na kaya mong magpakumbaba dahil nagmamahal ka. Dahil kaya mong magpakumbaba dahil alam mo it's going to provide more peace and love. And that is a beautiful thing kesa pareho kayo na that are here for suffering. Na pareho kayo na nandito to put each other down and to continuously keep hurting each other. Ano ba ang goal? Kung may mga problema, ano ba ang goal? Aray ko, habang nagbibigay ako ng ano dito, ikaw naman anak, sige, sige, here. Sige, halika na mag-fetch. Diyos ko anak, ang dami nakikinig. Tapos ikaw, sige nga mama, ito yung pinifetch niya. Diyos ko po, ayan. So, sabi ko nga when you go through these things, you have to understand what the goal is. Hindi kayo nag-aaway kasi trip-trip nyo lang mag-away. Definitely, there is something to be fixed. So be there to fix it. You have to be clear, ano bang goal natin? Kasi kung ang goal natin is magbangayan lang, edi let's do it. Pero I mean, di ba, if you're here to solve these current issues, then let's solve it. Let's solve it. Now, realistically speaking, it's not just gonna happen without a guarantee na all throughout it will be smooth. Like the emotions, I'm talking about the emotions. The emotions are not going to be a little intense. Of course, there can be tendencies that can be intense. But remember, nag-argument, yeah. Kaaway, yeah. Pero walang break-break. Okay, away lang. Bawal mag-break. Okay. Iba yun. May ganda may notice basta mag-away tayo, okay lang tayo mag-away, basta walang break Ano kung pirma ka muna diyan, pwede tayong mag-away, pwede mo siya mag-away, pero siya nagka-braces bigla, okay, away lang, walang break, okay? But seryoso ako dun. It doesn't mean that you two are meant for each other, that hindi na pwedeng magka-misunderstanding. Ano po yun? Life is about learning lessons, and oftentimes these lessons will not always come into the best packages there is. Sometimes it has to be experienced with a little hiccup, with a little dash of away here and there. And that's part of it. But the thing is, remember, at the end of it all, you know what the goal is, but at the end of it, you should know what you're really wanting to have as an outcome. Yes, we're gonna go through this, pag-uusapan natin yan, but remember, ang goal natin is what? Yes, to fix this. So once we're able to find the resolution, your responsibility with each other is to continuously love each other. Nag-aaway lang, pero umaati ko buong pagmamahalan after. And again, easier said than done. But working effectively sa amin ng asawa ko. Very much. And again, our relationship is not perfect and will never be perfect. But that's the beauty of it. Alam mo, someday, anong tawag dito, pinaprepare ko lang yung statement ko. Pinaprepare ko lang, official statement. meron akong i-share sa inyo ng wisdom because we commonly hear this. Life is not perfect, but and God is only perfect. Hintayin nyo, naghihintay lang ako ng timing. I will correct that statement about perfection, of the concept of perfection. I will release a video for that to explain that concept of everything is perfect. Okay? Late sa susunod, I will explain. Hindi muna pabigla-bigla. Dadahan-dahanin ko kayo. So para sa participant nating ito, binigay ko sa iyo yung guidance na yan. Dahil alam ko na hindi ka naman dadalhin sa spiritual path. Hindi ka dadalhin sa sa isang experience na alam mong hindi mo alam ang gagawin mo. Again, alam natin ang gagawin natin. It is only a matter of how we become at peace kung ano ang kailangan natin gawin. Na parang ako lang ba kailangan makaintindi? Na ako lang ba ang pwedeng gumalaw? Na ako lang ba magsasalba? Hindi lang ikaw. Hindi lang ikaw. Pareho kayo. Pareho kayo. It will never happen na it will also only be a decision of one. Remember, dahil yan ang legally, yan yung ginawa ninyo. Both should decide. No matter whether you stay, both will decide. Whether it's not gonna work, both will decide on that. It is not only the decision of one. Because yan naman ang legality ng lahat. So therefore, tingnan natin. In the end, again, it all boils down to communication. Pero tingnan natin, alam mo, tingnan muna natin yung, alam ko, para mas maganda yung para mas maging, to look forward on what's to come, ang babasahin kong question for you instead is that, what happens if you stay? Tinan mo ha. Kasi oftentimes, ito rin yung nangyayari sa atin eh. When people participate in our session and they come here because they are in a challenging, tough situation, and then they are wanting to see that glimmer of hope. But sometimes you're too afraid if there really is such an opportunity. Because at the meantime, parang we can't seem to believe that it can be possible because at the meantime, sobrang sakit eh. So parang it's so hard for me to think that there will be something that will come out as anything good out of this experience in the end if I'm currently feeling so down, if I feel like I'm really hopeless, helpless, down to my rock bottom experience. I mean, if you're experiencing that, I mean, don't be too hard on yourself because currently talagang masakit. And do not deny yourself of that feeling because yun talaga yung nararamdaman. Hindi tayo pwede magsinungaling na parang sasabihin natin na, I want to be positive pero hindi ako nasasaktan. We can say that. Oh, I'm feeling positive pero I know and hindi talaga siya masakit. Okay, I'm wanting to be positive. That's not how it is. Spiritual people is not about lying and not acknowledging what your true experience is about. And it is also not to invalidate these feelings. All of these experiences are valid. Your experience is valid. The feelings that you're processing are valid. The experience itself is valid. The least thing you would want to process is maging denial ka sa lahat. As honest as you can, accept, oo, ito mahirap. But remember, mahirap but hindi imposible. Okay? Parang yung spotlight natin dito. Alam mo, nakakatawa kasi kaya medyo na-late kami ng pasok dito. Segue muna ako, masyadong mabigat yung pinag-uusapan natin. Itong ring light na to. Pinapalit-palit naman yung angulo. Kasi kanina yung mga nagiging possession niya, parang Magandang Gabi Bayan special, yung parang yung so sorry na, kaya alam mo kung medyo may gano'n pa rin siyang vibe, I'm telling you na tone down na 'yan, okey. Sorry na, I'm trying my ang ganda kasi ng bagong ayan 'to, nakita mo ayan yung ano, yung ayan yung ayan na tuloy yung ring light natin. Teka, kanina pa ba 'yan nandiyan? Kakatsismis ko baka hindi ko nakitang ganyan, ayan. Okey, ayan, okey na pala, okey. Okey, sige. So bumunot na tayo. What a better way to find that glimmer of hope by knowing what's in store if you're staying. Tingnan mo. So, ang aking kaibigan ay magsi-stay at kakalma. Tingnan natin. Sige. First card. Second card. Okay. And yung third card natin. Tingnan natin. Okay. Ay, ang cute-cute. Ay, thank you so much naman, Mary, for the comments. Okay. Ooh, ayan. Naku, sabi ko sa'yo eh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, sige, okay. So, you have three minor cards. Okay, you have three minor cards, and this is the first card. Okay, so I know this is the Eight of Cups, and I know that tinan mo yung imagery dito. I hope it's a little clear enough. Okay, basta next week let's improve yung ano na. Ayan, I think that's a lot better. Okay, so this is the Eight of Cups, and look at the person holding a book, holding a book here that symbolizes the faith that you have, not just because you signed this contract. It's not just about the contract, but it's really because you believe, you have faith in the love that you have invested on. Kaya ka nga pumirma because you know this is an investment. Diba? Alam mo yan, when it comes to investment, alam mo ang value ng investment. Hindi ka nag-invest because it's bad business. Hindi ka nag-invest kasi it's a bad investment. You know that this is one of your best investments. Now, in the current energy, I know it is hard, but you need to fight for it. Because that's what this card is about. Mahirap lang, but when you fight for it, it will be fulfilling. Look at that. You have, tinan mo yung symbol nung ano, ang ganda ng symbol nung ano nung card na to, na parang you're a soldier, na merong shield, na merong may spear, merong pang sword, and look at that. You are may may kamay dito. May kamay dito that symbolizes na may gift na ibibigay sa atin to guide us. You are guided by the divine because you know what? God is not going to give us situations para lang maging parusa ito sa atin na parang sabihin natin, oh my gosh, what an awful life I have. What a miserable life I have. And how my other friends and family are experiencing the time of their lives, but here I am all miserable. Walang ganun. Do not think, we will never honestly know what everybody is going through exactly in their lives. It does not mean that what you see in a surface is more than enough for us to say that there are better people out there with better lives, with better perspectives. I'm telling you, I've met who I believe can be one of the richest people I've met personally in my life. Honestly, I believe I've met one of the richest persons, possibly here in the Philippines. But for a session client ko. But then again, during our session, ano sabi niya sa akin, alam mo, kaming dalawa ng partner ko, kasi we were doing the combo sessions together. I'm doing tarot, the intuitive tarot reading, and he's doing Vedic astrology. And then sabi niya, alam mo, I have all the money that I need in this world, but I am not happy. And I am seeing you too. And you know what? I envy you. And then that really melted my heart. Because for someone who may have felt that they have all the abundance and the prosperity that they can ever need in this lifetime and even more, in fact, kaya nila mamigay ng pera. Ganun kadami yung pera nila. And they would still have more. But at the end, it's not just always about those material things that would resonate. The only form of not just happiness but fulfillment. It's not honestly the happiness because we can be very much happy with those huge resources. Of course, it's a very happy experience that for you to not worry about tomorrow. That is something that's great and happy, but that's totally different with the level of fulfillment that each person may have. And so it doesn't mean that you have a lot. It doesn't mean that you are not longing for something. And it's also not wrong to feel that. All this lesson is not about measuring, ano ba talagang maganda. It's not about kung ano maganda. It is about appreciating and being grateful with what you've had, what you have, and what you will have. No matter what those will be, no matter how good or the opposite it will be, that there is an amount of gratitude that you always feel, no matter what. Because in the end, it will be continuous. I will tell you, it will be a continuous roller coaster ride. But because you are meant to both learn something, which in the end, pagpapasalamatan niya sa'yo. I see here the person clapping and celebrating because you will serve as a very good inspiration. You will open the person's eye about how love truly is about. Imagine you teaching this person, your husband, that amazing lesson and ikaw ang nagbitbit nun sa buhay niya. That is such a great story. So this is in store for you if you stay. Now again, and I may be saying this to you directly, but I'm also saying this to anybody and everybody who will be participating in our sessions today and moving forward. Tandaan niyo po, I am here to provide my unbiased and very balanced guidance sa inyo no matter where you're coming from. No matter what experience ang pinanggagalingan natin. No matter how other people or society will dictate yung current sitwasyon mo. When you go to me and you seek your advice, expect na hindi ako magiging bias sa ibibigay ko sa inyo. But at the end of the day, and I also say this to everybody who goes to me for my advice and for my guidance, you may be going to me, but you can also meet with the Pope or be with these best people who are also very much enlightened and even more, and they can give you the best advice, or maybe they will give you the path to enlightenment. But at the end of the day, kung ano man ang isi-share ng mga guru natin sa atin, none of those are obligatory. Hindi. At the end of the day, we are all here learning all together and finding those pieces together, in which at the end, which one will resonate, na alam mo, pipiliin mo kasi it resonates. And no matter whether you follow our advice, even if it's the best for your best, for greater good o hindi, walang problema, because these are ways for you to weigh things better. Walang obligasyon sundin. Ito yung tulong na at the end, magiging klaro ang magiging desisyon mo. Na you will know which ones ang pagpinili mo, which will lead you to good things, or maybe hindi. The awareness, yun ang binibigay sa inyo. And at the end, also do not be afraid to choose. I may be giving one of the best advices na maririnig mo, but at the end, kung hindi yun ang gusto mong gawin, you wanna go to the other direction, because again, no one can blame you, and no one should also blame you kung ganyan ang nararamdaman mo. Why? Dahil I maybe will have an idea, or maybe I can grasp as much as I can. I will grasp the situation, or others hearing your story, they may have an idea. Oh, medyo ganyan yan. Alam ko yan, napagdaanan ko yan. Or at least kung hindi nyo napagdaanan, you may have seen this on other people's story, but at the end, no one can exactly grasp it, because you're the only ones really going through this. And at the end, it's all about what you are going through and how you're processing this. And if at the end you feel like this is gonna be one of the best decisions that you're going to make with your life, just following your heart, following your intuition, following what you deserve, then go ahead. And if eventually it will lead to another form of learning, then at least you've learned. Or remember, this can also lead to many things. It can be leading to your freedom, to the actual freedom that you may also need or may be considered. Basta tandaan mo kung ano magiging decision mo, honor it. Honor it, and do not be too hard on yourself kasi ginawa mo siya. It's not just about paninindigan mo yung sarili mo. It's because the moment that before you wanted to decide, before you start taking those steps, you knew na pinag-aralan mo siya, and you know that you've given your best. But make sure lang na you are really coming from the place na alam mong you gave your best effort. Na pinag-isipan mo ng mabuti, that you really took the time to really see. Because these are not just things like, what am I gonna wear today? What's my lunch? What's my dinner? These are decisions that will impact not just your life, but the children as well. So you have to consider that. And yes, there may be mixed reactions about especially here in the Philippines, when the parents would separate. But then again, at the end, it's because it's your experience. This is you. Anybody outside of you may have an idea, but they can never really understand it fully. Not unless they are in the same exact situation as yours. And so my say, at the end, I want you to keep praying and to never stop praying. To never stop praying for number one, strength and patience. And to also pray for wisdom. Because you know what? Any obstacle will cease to become an obstacle when there is wisdom. Kung alam mo ang gagawin in any situation, if you know how to respond well with every situation, that's wisdom right there. And kapag walang bias mo siyang nagawa, and you are coming from a place of love, and you are coming from a place wherein you know you want to grow love, and then you're guaranteed that God is really just teaching you. God is making you an instrument of love. You are someone that when people look at you, oh nga, this person is a person that can really that can really grow love. And that is really something that we are all capable of. Tandaan mo, lahat tayo capable niyan. So it's also up to you how you're going to embrace this. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. So, good evening, everybody. If you're new here, hello po. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher, and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. This is your official Tuesday night habit. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. So, nagbibigay kami ng libreng guidance sa inyo. Kung may katanungan kayo anything about your love life, yung career, and syempre yung health natin, sagot ko kayo. Libre lang po ang magtanong. Makaganon naman ako. Hindi ako magti-TikTok. Okay? Hindi ako gaganon. So, welcome everybody. Simple lang po, if you want to participate, all you need to do is share this live video in your social media, take a screenshot of that, send it to our inbox, and then pila na tayo. Speaking of pila, thank you for the viewers natin for tonight. Lahat po ng manonood sa mga viewers natin tonight, you are again entitled to join our raffle. So stay at the end kasi bago po mag-end yung session natin, bibigyan ko kayo ng go signal para i-key in yung mga pangalan ninyo so that you can all join the raffle. And this is also our, this is also second week na natin. Okay, so this is practically the third week. Okay, so every time we go live, lahat ng manonood and matitira before the end of our session, you are all entitled to join our raffle. And what are the prizes at stake? We are giving away emotional healing classes, crystal work for modern living classes. We have meditation and life-changing mantras, Reiki 1 classes with me, and of course, one of the best gifts that you can ever receive in this lifetime, Vedic astrology consultation with my baby. Okay, siya yung Vedic astrologer natin. So, here we go. Tuloy-tuloy na natin yung ating next question. Okay. Okay. Yun. Teka, iligpit lang muna natin yung mga cards dito. Before, I want to read the comments muna. Okay. Fruitcake Survivor. Good morning from New Zealand. Oh, teka, I believe this is, if this is New Zealand, teka lang. So, I've mentioned you earlier. Teka lang. Yan, yun, Laura Gareth. So, tama ba? Is that you, Laura? Yan ba yung username? So, all the way from New Zealand. Thank you for watching. And we were gonna be having our session next Tuesday session natin. Kala Beans. Oo. Tatrabaho si Daddy. Pambili mo to ng cat food. Nangungulit. Okay. Yes, that's me. Hello. Yeah, a special shout out to my client. Okay, so we're gonna be having our own personal session on Tuesday. Hello, from New Zealand. So ito na yung next participant natin. By the way, if you would also want to participate, please check our guidelines and our pin post in our comment section so that you can also ask your questions. So ito na yung ating next participant. Hi, Master. Paread po ng health ko. Salamat. Thank you. Ang gaganda ng mga questions natin tonight. Okay, so whenever ang mga participant natin will be asking for health, anong tawag dito? What I do as a Reiki master, as an energy healer, I check the aura of the participant, and from there, makukuha ko na yung mga possible na mga guidance natin na kailangan. Okay, so tingnan natin. Okay, so ang question ko dun sa participant natin, are you recently experiencing some headaches recently? And I can feel that, one of the things that may have been worrying you, yung mga occasional headaches that you're feeling, I'm telling you, this is the pressure. You do not think of anything else na maybe you're starting to feel a little paranoid of what are these sudden headaches that you're getting. But if you are getting this recently and kung feeling mo it's a little way too over than the usual experience, okay, medyo matagal yung uminom ng gamot, parang it still hasn't improved, do not be surprised. These are really manifestations of the worries and the pressure that you are processing. I'm telling you, ganito, pressure sa work. Kasi ganito yan I'm telling, and this is really something that I've really recognized when I was still working in the corporate. Ito talaga na-discover ko. If you're the type of industry that you're working, not just necessarily in sales, but You know how it is? These are always goals that we need to meet. Pag nagtatrabaho tayo, we have our own sets of goals that month after month, we have to consistently hit. These are the measures for our success on a monthly basis. So it doesn't mean that we are not on sales. Eh, yun lang yung mga kinds of work that may... Teka lang. Kala, what is that? Kala, come here. Kala. 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 Come here. Come here. Oo, come here. Come here. You. Ay, shush. Ay, shush. Looking for attentions. Sige. Okay, so it doesn't mean na may mga trabaho lang din na mas mahirap and only those most challenging na kinds of work, sila lang ang may karapatan sumakit ng ulo, hindi po. And sa totoo lang, wala naman talagang madali. Kahit ano man ang ginagawa natin, walang madali. Lahat po ay subjected sa mga challenges and it is again part of it. I will not say na it's just normal because honestly, that word, I mean, who really sets what is normal and what's not? That's why I always say it is part of it. It is part of it. So I want you to know that I want you to be at peace. Now, when there another thing to look at this angle is that each time that you are processing worries, each time that you are processing pressure, each time that you are processing a lot of doubt because of work, it reminds you that you have work. It reminds you that you have a blessing na ang kailangan mo lang is trabahuhin. Na ang kailangan mo lang is to give your best. Na ang kailangan mo lang is to be consistent. But it reminds you that you have an opportunity to produce. You have an opportunity to share your blessing. You have an opportunity to always be the provider that you are. But syempre, as we go through it, may mga kailangan tayong, may, our fair share of the bargain should always be given. And yun nga, the process itself may bring pressure, doubt, and a little anxiety. And I know that and I feel you. Okay? And it doesn't mean that I'm in this industry na ito yung kind of life that I'm working on right now. That people may see this as my career, but this is literally not my career. This is what my life is. Kumaga, I breathe. This is the air that I breathe. Kaya ko sinasabi and why I treat what I'm doing it as if it's the air that I breathe because it always makes me feel alive each time I perform it. Each time that my life purpose, pag na-uphold ko yung life purpose ko, that really makes me feel alive because this is why I am here. And believe it or not, the kind of work that we have right now, it may be now, maybe in the future, you have an opportunity to shift or to do something else, then embrace it. But this, our work, the kind of career that we have, is also a reflection, a part of a reflection of what our life is about. But remember, it is only a part of what our life is. At the end of it, may mga pinaprocess din tayong iba. May mga priority. Remember, ang katawan natin, hinahati natin yan sa iba't ibang klase ng mga roles that we need to fulfill in and every day with just one body. Hindi tayo ay anak, tayo kapatid, tayo kaibigan, tayo ay apo, tayo career person, we are a lover, etc. Marami tayong role na pina-perform at iisang katawan lang. And imagine, we need to excel on all of those. We need to be very good in all of those life aspects. But honestly, there are success stories that maybe majority or maybe all of their life aspects are really doing well. But oftentimes, it can be good at one, but not so with the rest. And that is again part of it. And do not take fault on that kung ganyan yung mga experiences natin. But remember to be at peace because this is the chosen path that we have that literally provides us blessing. But the process of us before we manifest these blessings, may mga kailangan tayong bigay na fair share of our energies. And that is making it very beautiful. So you have to remember when you go through these things, pag sumasakit yung ulo mo, I know, medyo, when you feel it, I mean, oftentimes it can be bearable, oftentimes hindi. But it also reminds us, okay, masakit siya ngayon, but because I have work, and it brings my feet on the ground. Na yes, I have work, and I am also human. I have work, I have a career na I need to fulfill, but I am human. And be forgiving if you're experiencing the up and down. And be forgiving if you're experiencing some pressure. And be forgiving if you're experiencing a lot of doubt, processing the anxiety all at the same time. But because, totoo din naman na hindi tayo binibigyan ng isang bagay na hindi para sa atin, for one, and yung hindi na kami, not meant for us to rise above with. Lahat ng binibigay sa atin, hindi lang yung karapatan natin ma-experience, but we all are entitled to learn from it. And this is really one good lesson that you also need to take. And that, when pressure kicks in, but if it's also a choice between you honoring your career, honoring your job, but at the end, if a part of those options is also honoring your body to rest and recover, for you to really take a pause when you need to, for you to take a break because you deserve it, I hope if it boils down for you being part of the selection ng option, if you have an opportunity to choose yourself, bakit? Why will you take it against yourself if you also at times need to choose yourself? And you also need to favor yourself. Na paano kung if you're running on 2 hours sleep and then you still need to work, pero alam mong bibigay na yung katawan mo, tas parang nahihiya kang pagbigyan yung sarili mo. Remember, at the end of it, we can never fulfill any of our goals, dreams, and aspirations if the vessel is weak enough. How can it withstand? Remember, tandaan nyo, para tayong mga bangka, we're sailing the sea and it's not always smooth sailing all the time. There will be times that we are meant to experience that storm. And our goal is to not sink or swim lang na laban. It's about learning to ride the waves no matter what is given to us. May it be smooth or we need to develop patience and strength. Those are all still valuable experiences. Hindi porke sasabihin natin, mahirap masakit. Alam mo yon, as much as possible, ayoko ng ganyan. But you will also never know how far you can go, not until you've gone through the worst. And we may not think that those are important experiences in our life. I'm telling you, those are important experiences. Because when we experience those, dun natin nasa-stretch yung maigi yung sarili natin. We may be down to our knees and maybe at the verge of giving up. But then you discover, kailangan ko lang palang pagdaanan to so that I can discover that one true aha moment. And it's bound to be learned and discovered. You just have to allow yourself to go through with this process. And so all I'm saying, I'm not honestly seeing anything. But then again, the mind is powerful. Kung anong remember, everything is subject to the universal law of cause and effect. We may think that we are just thinking of these things, and the body will not absorb it, or the body will not reflect these energies that we're processing in our minds. But remember, what we think, we become. What we say, we also become. And so I want you to start being mindful of these things and be grateful, but always be gentle with yourself. Remember na hindi masama to choose yourself in the process. If there are times that you need to take a pause if you have to. Because in the end, aanhin natin ang mga ganyang abundance sa buhay if we are not able to eventually enjoy it kasi wala na tayo dito. Okay? And I'm not gonna scare you, but because we are all gonna lead there, at the end, we need to make sure that we have given our fair share. Now, we are not just here. Tandaan nyo, hindi lang tayo pinanganak dito para maging, para magtrabaho. Hindi lang tayo pinanganak sa mundong to to just do one thing and experience one thing. No, this universe is very vast and amazing for you to just experience one thing. Tandaan nyo, hindi tayo pinanganak para magtrabaho lang. Remember to enjoy what this life has to offer, but only if you are willing to enjoy it. I say, take time to reflect on that. There's so much beauty in this life, more than meets the eye. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. So, time check muna tayo. Okay, so 10:32 before I forget sa lahat po ng mga participants natin and of course, lahat po ng ating mga viewers for tonight, please stay until the end of our show because you are all entitled to join our raffle because every live session that we have, lahat po na magpa-participate, you are going to be up for some fun and exciting prizes at the end of the month dahil this is really the best way that Reiki with Marky shall continuously give back for the continuous love and support. Again, I wanna continuously thank, malapit na po natin. We started this YouTube channel early January this year, and this time ang unang goal po talaga ng YouTube channel nito is to reach at least the first 1,000 subscriber mark, and we are just doing the countdown, and with your help, continuous love and support, you are all my answered prayers. Maraming 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 salamat. And so, also, I want to remind everybody before we start entertaining yung mga next questions natin is that if you haven't watched our weekly tarot reading, this is for November 15 up to 21. Natypo pa ako na nag-comment, may isa nag-comment, Kuya, sabi mo November 51. Sabi, naiba na. Naiba na yung ano. Joke. Sorry na sa typo. So ayun. So I'm so happy na our week. I can never be proud how this week is gonna be very amazing, and it's really gonna be meaningful tomorrow because tomorrow and Thursday we have two major cards upcoming. Well, another major card on Saturday, but it's not just what it seems. Okay, it may be seemingly good, pero sa Sabado, a little snippet. Personal relationships natin ang reading. So I am seeing a personal conflict with one of our loved ones. So magbitbit ng maraming pasensya. And before we continue, napakita naman yung in fairness, yung natutuyo-tuyo na, ang ganda ng kulot ng hair. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much again, Fit and Form, for my hair. Thank you so much. Napakaganda. I want to say hi to Ate Mags. And syempre, thank you din kay Bessie, si Janelyn. Fit and Form, please visit them. They are at Maginhawa. Okay, so thank you so much, Fit and Form, for my hair. Okay. Wow, what? Sabi sa inyo, may sponsor eh. Kayo lang eh. Okay, sige. Tingnan na natin yung ating next na participant. Sa dami ng chismis ko, tingnan na natin. Okay. Napakahaba ng pila natin for tonight. And meron tayong, oh my gosh, okay. Ayun, may nagbabalik na. Suki, na-miss ko 'tong na-miss ko 'tong participant na 'to. "Hi Sir Marky, good evening po. Ngayon lang uli akong nakapagtanong." Oo nga, kita ko nga, eh. Tanong ko lang sana yung sa business na pinaplano namin ng mga kaklase ko nung college, kung masisimulan na ba namin siya before end ng year. Tignan natin. Okay, sige. So, kung masisimulan na ba at the end of this year. Pero alam mo, sasabihin ko nga, again, sa lahat ng mga magpa-participate, tingnan natin kung favorable o hindi. I do not want you to feel discouraged kung ano man ang lalabas sa mga cards natin. Kung hindi man ito favorable, do not feel discouraged. Why? Because kung anong lalabas sa cards natin, it will give us an idea kung how much effort pa, kung gaano pa natin tatrabahuhin until it fully manifests to the blessing that we are aiming to have. Kaya, kung ano man lalabas, ito ang mawawalang pag-asa, and kung very good news na, syempre, huwag din maging complacent. That's the goal, okay? So, tingnan natin, before the end of this year, yung business nila magkakaklase, kung mamamanifest na, tingnan na natin. And meron na nga lang, imagine mo, ilang linggo na lang ang natitira. Alam mo, pero may pumapasok sa akin, ha. Hindi pa pero ang sinasabi dito, kung hindi naman siya magma-manifest, wag ding madaliin, because remember, if we are imagine this, we don't want things half-baked. Okay? Speaking of baked, may involvement pa ng baking, yung na yan. Medyo pagkain ba, yung business na yan. Dahil hindi ako tumatanggi sa blessings, napakatakaw ko. Sino ba yan? Ay, hello, oh my gosh, I want to say hi to Yanni. Thank you so much, Yanni, for watching. She is a very good friend of mine, a former workmate of mine when I was still in a corporate. Hello, thank you so much for watching. Okay, ay, may YouTube channel din siya, so please subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. So, baka may question ka, join in. Tingnan na ayun nga. Okay. Next. Okay, you know what? There's a possibility. May mga tatrabahuhin lang tayo, okay? Number 1, this is the energy. Okay. So this is the 7 of Wands, okay? This is the 7 of Wands. And I know until the very last time, the reason why hindi pa siya nagma-manifest ng maigi. Kasi even if there is a target, I'm telling you, a target is a very good target. Pero you have to admit na marami pang paplansyahin, because there are things na yung mga, kayo nga, sabi ko nga, kayo ng mga kaklase ninyo. Ano ba, nabubura? Kayo ng mga kaklase ninyo, yung kasama niyo sa business. And there are still things na hindi pa rin tayo settled. Okay? There are things that you still 100% are not agreeing about. And there's nothing wrong with that because these are good. If you are, I want you to know, if you're working on your business and may kasama kayo sa business, if you're arguing, that's really good. Kasi that means pareho kayong may gustong magandang mangyari sa negosyo ninyo and you wouldn't want to fail. Because hindi naman kayo pwedeng sabi, okay, sige, hindi nyo na pag-aaralan. Oo, sige, okay na yan, tingnan natin. Without really thinking things through and studying everything. And that essentially will allow you to have a very good investment. Kung alam natin, pinaghirapan natin, pinag-isipan natin na maigi. Currently, you need to iron out many things. You really need to iron out many things. And that's the first thing that you should do. Agree on it first. And it doesn't hurt kung hindi kayo makapag-agree at the end of this year. If all it takes is, kung deadline ay deadline, imagine you, so yun nga yung sinabi ko, naramdaman ko na yung half-baked, so yun nandito. So again, kesa unahin niyo yung, unahin ninyo yung hahabulin ninyo na timeline. Pero kung ilalabas nyo siya as a brand, pero medyo hilaw pa si brand because kahit kayo may mga kailangan pang i-iron out, and then i-iron out muna siya. Okay? I know, maganda sanang habulin because it's the season. I know that because I'm also coming from that business perspective as well. Meron din kami mga negosyo. But you have to remember that this is a reflection of who you all are. So what kind of reflection would you want everybody to perceive? How you would want the brand to be perceived? And I know this is, you wanted to create the work of art. But if you say that this is going to be a work of art, then make it excellent, make it memorable, make it really something that touches people's lives. I know hindi lang ang ma-manifest on time, on goal, on target ang isa sa mga priority. This is one, but it's not all the plan there is. You have to also think of the long term. Ma-release nyo to ng nasa on time, pero kung hindi pa maayos to, and yun ang magsistick. Okay, ito yung brand, okay sanang potential, pero ito sila. You have to remember that. Now, because there really is divine timing on this, I'm also, because of this second card, this is the Ace of Wands. As you can see, first two cards puro ones na, and every time you get ones kasi in the tarot cards, it's always representing hard work, hard labor, bubulol na. But there is a but here. It also signifies these are two significators yung kailangang ayusin na napakadami. But eventually here's the thing. Alam mo, with what I'm seeing, ano talaga yung magiging goal at the end of this year is to polish kung ano yung kinakailangan. Ang pinaka-goal ninyo is to end this year na klaro na, and yun yung pinaka-lumalabas dito. I say possible, pero ang pinaka-possible nasa Feb pa. Believe it or not, nasa Feb pa. Second week of Feb. At least, yun ang pinaka-magandang start. Because in the end, you will realize, essentially, this is parang ganito. Imagine yung mukhang itsura niya, mukhang tindahan talaga, mukhang business talaga na may bumibili. Pero tinan mo, prepared na, like a king and queen, prepared to rule the kingdom, to share what the economy is about or what the kingdom is about. You would want to be established or to establish that first. What would you want to sell that would leave a mark? And if it's not yet leaving a mark, if it's not yet ready, don't be too hard on yourselves. What I'm really seeing as a timeline here is second week of Feb onwards, but wag lalagpas ng third week of April. If there is a target, yun. Make sure that you make this happen and manifest this by second week of February up to third week of April 2022. Those are the times that will yield the best blessings. Other than that, you may see yourself starting over again. Okay? Or, alam mo, pag hindi siya na-push, ang pinaka-final stretch na at least mababawi pa o makakabawi pa is first week of June. Okay? Final stretch yan. First week of June. Okay? Thank you for choosing Tarot Tuesdays, and kapag na-manifest nyo na maigi yan, make sure na balitaan nyo kami because alam mo lagi akong kinikilig. Dahil marami akong mga positive feedback na nakukuha sa lahat ng mga natulungan natin in our episodes na nag-update. Specifically, last week, I received, in just one day, dalawa yung nag-message sa akin who participated in Tarot Tuesdays and nag-update. Yung isa doon, sabi niya, ang tanong niya a few months ago is kung may makukuha pa siyang trabaho because after the pandemic, medyo nahihirapan siya na nawalan siya ng trabaho and nahirapang makakuha ng trabaho. And then sabi niya, alam mo, ilang buwan na ako about rejections, and sobrang nawawalan na ako ng pag-asa. Actually, hindi na ako naghahanap, pero biglang may lumapit. And ito, sabi mo 3 months pipirma ako and this is the third month and then pumirma na ako ng kontrata. Thank you sa reading. And I'm really, really, really happy when I get those. Pero you know how it is here in our Tarot Tuesdays, hindi lang naman tayo all about these things. There are some readings na nagbibigay ako ng mga warnings and hindi ako proud kapag may mga ganyang warnings and then eventually it really happens. Kasi sabi ko nga, lahat ng makikita nating energies, may paraan yan to improve. Maganda, di mas pagandahin pa natin. May warning, pwede nating ibahin. So kapag may mga nakukuha din akong mga marquee at yung sinabi mong warning, medyo nakuha ko na, ngayon ito yung experience ko. Of course, I don't feel so proud na parang I have to bear that kind of news to these people. Kasi sabi ko nga, I am here to read the energies and to deliver the guidance. But at the end, syempre, meron din tayong mga divine timing na lahat, it's all part of the lessons that we all need to learn. Equally, I'm gentle with myself then. I don't become too hard pag nadi-discover. A part of me, syempre, I feel, I feel sad about it. But I trust na at the end of it, it will be a learning experience para sa inyo. Pero yun, congratulations sa lahat na nakaka-receive ng mga bago. So again, before I continue with our sessions, I wanna tell everybody, again, please stay at the end of our show. Bibigyan ko po kayo ng go signal when you will start keying in your name so that you can all join our raffle entry. So, again, we will be giving away workshops prizes. And again, this is something that you will continuously receive from us every month. Dahil Reiki Marky will definitely give back sa lahat ng mga support na binibigay nyo. Ay, I wanna read niya, ano. What's the energy for me today? Is it good or bad? Ay, secret. Sali ka, pila ka. Huwag natin ilabas dito yung huwag natin ilabas dito yung ating mga questions dahil syempre, kailangan kailangan poprotektahan natin lahat ng magpa-participate. It's because you speak blessings to us. Ay, oh my gosh. And Reiki has gained popularity sa UK and I'm glad I know someone practicing it. Oh my God, alam mo, that's true. And you know what? There are really many countries that are starting to practice Reiki globally. And it literally works wonders to many of us practitioners. So thank you din, thank you din. Tama na yung chismis, trabaho muna tayo para may masagot pa tayo. Haba ng pila. Okay, so thank you, Sir Marky. Always welcome po. Okay. Medyo mahaba pa yung pila natin. I know. Sige, tuloy-tuloy na natin. Okay. So, ayun, okay. Teka lang, may essay writing yung next participant natin. Hindi naman ako prepared, may essay writing. Teka lang, sandali. Okay, good evening po, sir. Hope all is well with you. Ito po yung mga questions ko. Ay, yan naman. Sandali, isa-isa lang po tayo. Isa-isa lang. First card, gusto ko po itanong kung aalis ba ako sa US. O, yun na po yung tanong natin. Dahil ang daya pong tanong, one question at a time lang po tayo. Kalma lang. Oo, sige, sandali So, one question first. So, first card, gusto ko po itanong kung aalis ba ako sa US with full scholarship? At mapapaganda ba ang tayo ko doon? Akala ko ang tayo ko doon. Sige. Pwede ka rin umupo. Wag ka lang tayo doon sa US. Baka mapagod ka. Tsaka nakaka-varicose veins kapag nakatayo lang. Joke lang. Joke. Kasi basta maganda rin yung minsan upo, tatayo, minsan hihiga, magpahinga. Ganun tayo. Wag lang tayo ng tayo. Joke lang. So tingnan natin yung US trip natin, yung and kung ang tanong ay full scholarship, naku, galingan natin dahil gusto ko rin ma-manifest mo 'yan siyempre. Pero of course, if you would want to manifest this, sa lahat po na may gustong mai-manifest, bibigyan ko kayo ng tip on how to manifest later on. Bunot muna tayo ng cards para sa participant natin, okay? And then, stay tuned malapit na tayo magbigay ng go signal para syempre raffle entry for everybody. So tingnan muna natin, full scholarship for our current participant in the US. Kamusta? Tingnan natin yung energies. And then, syempre, kung magiging maganda daw ang standing. Okay, pwede ding sitting, lying down, o lying in. Lying in. Okay, tingnan natin. Okay. Ooh, ooh la la. Ay, de joke. Okay. Aba! Okay. Okay, hindi ko sasabihin. Ililihim ko 'to, si-secret ko 'to. So that's it for tonight's session. Thank you so much for joke lang. I'm sure natatawa na yung participant natin kasi kanina ko pa siya niloloko, joke lang. Okay, so eto na, babasahin ko na para sa'yo. Alam mo, okay, so ang katanungan kasi very specific, kung full scholarship and kung maganda ang magiging standing. So, ang pinakamagandang directive ko sa'yo dito, I will tell you, ay kung ang magiging definite na sagot ko na sasabihin kong solid yes. Ang ibibigay kong gano'n, kung halimbawa sa 3 cards na bubunutin ko, lahat puro major cards. Pero in this set of cards na nakuha natin, we have 1 out of 3 major cards. So dun sa pinakatanong mo specifically, in totality, may possibility. Pero makinig kang maigi. So first, we have the first card and we have the 7 of Pentacles. When we talk about Pentacles, we're talking about abundance and prosperity because ganito rin ang sasabihin ko I know when we talk about the full scholarship, there are really perks when you talk about the full scholarship, but it doesn't mean na hindi mo na kailangan paghandaan. And in totality, you would rather go there overly prepared kesa yung magkukulang. Dahil this is a foreign country, I know may mga kamag-anak ka doon. But still, it will always be, syempre, kilala mo naman yung sarili mo. Hindi ka rin naman aasa sa iba. You would want as much as possible to be very self-sufficient. And that's the goal. And alam kong pinaghihirapan mo na. So you can manifest this fully. But I want you to know, financially, i-push mo pa yung sarili mo. Kasi sabi ko nga, mas maganda yung mas may sobra kaysa yung pagdating mo doon, imbis ng iniisip mo lamang is how you can focus and do well at your studies is for you to feel more pressure in other life aspects. Kumbaga, kung meron lang tulong sa sarili mo para mas maging magaan tong journey na to, why not? Any help, makakatulong yan. Yun ang mahalaga. And so, I'm saying for your finances, alam ko naman you're doing well, pero also, hindi pwedeng hindi ka nagpapahinga. Kasi alam mo, magandang ma-manifest yung dreams mo na to, na healthy ka, na para you'd really go there, na alam mo, you're not just ready to go there to learn, but you're really in the right physical, not just the mindset, but in the right physical strength to do everything and to withstand everything. Kasi when you get there, ang dami mong tatrabahuhin and you would need a lot of strength. Hindi lang kape, but although kape will be amazing, lalo yung kape sa yung Americano, iba, ayan, mga kaping-kaping yan. Alam ni Yani kung gaano ako ka-favorite yung kape dahil hindi ako nagtatrabaho ng walang venti sa station ko. Naalala mo? Okay, so ayan. So some things don't change, ganun pa rin. So again, that's just the first card. But remember, you saving up for the rainy days is just the tip of the iceberg. You are mentally prepared for this because the mindset is really great. But I'm telling you, okay. I know there are some worries din here ng parang ng parang suntok sa buwan yung opportunity na to because you've heard some stories na there are times na kung bawa ikaw, you do the nitty-gritty of things so that you can be qualified. So in short, for you, you've given your fair battle, yung hindi mo siya ginawa na na nang lalamang ka sa iba, but you start kumbaga you're doing what is right. Okay? You're doing it by the book. But then you will hear stories that there are people na parang may padrino system na may na the others can be favored in this. Na tas i-check mo kung ikaw yung mas may qualification to have a full scholarship, but you'll discover that there are other people who are capable of studying abroad, but sila yung nakakakuha ng ganyang blessing even more versus you. I know there are stories like that, pero do not feel discouraged na parang ang magiging energy mo na lang is all about feeling na envy, na there's envy and disappointment. Remember, if we are, mamaya, bibigyan ko yung tip on how to manifest. If you want to manifest something, You have to first know what the underlying energy of what you want to manifest, and you have to embody that energy, because kung anong energy yung gusto nating makuha, dapat that's the same energy that we're emulating. So if we are aiming for blessings, that means our energy should be resonating blessings. And ang energy ng blessings will not involve envy, jealousy, or anything na negative, if we are talking of a blessing. So I want you to focus on what your kind heart is about, and what fairness, and what you stick to your core values and your principles, and not look at anybody else, because yun naman yung sarili mong bala. Remember, at the end of it all, whoever is going to be accepted in that is, one way or another, they are meant to be there. Whether others will perceive it, whether someone will judge who deserves it or not, at the end, if they get it, is because in the end they're meant to get there. They're meant to be there. And so does everybody else. Hindi lang yung ibang taong yun. Of course, ikaw din. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, may opportunity ka dito. In the end, the last card, this is really something to look forward to, because you have a major card in the end. And this is the moon card. One amazing moon card. If you get the moon card, you know what this card is about? This card is really about sweet surprises. But it's a very tricky card, because this is the card of the unknown. And you know how it is. Sometimes the fear of the unknown will always kick in. And the fear of the unknown, because of the waiting game, will always, it can shake you to the bones, I know. But I'm telling you, this offers a very sweet surprise. It may be feeling like it feels a little uncertain. It really is nerve-wracking, because as I'm going through this, medyo nakaka-nervous, but you're up for a sweet surprise. I want you to focus your energies on manifesting it, by how I can help you with this, so that you can manifest this even more. I want you to do a charity work, and I want you to know that it does not limit, when we talk about charity work, it does not limit the kind of blessings that you will share, are only limited to the monetary blessings that you have, or you sharing money. And it's also not just donating to church. It is not limited to that. I'm telling you, when you talk about charity work, it is anything and everything that involves you sharing a piece of your blessing towards the less fortunate. It's not limited to the church. If you come across a less fortunate person, and any amount that you can share as a blessing, offer it. Or if it's not always monetary, then offer something. It's not always about money. You can literally offer kindness. Smiling on towards a complete stranger, you will never know how it can brighten somebody else's day. We don't know what everybody else is going through in our life, that your smile can make that so, or brighten somebody else's day. That's a form of charity work. If we are someone who promotes love, kindness, and understanding, and care towards one another, that's a fair good charity work. It is not always limited to you giving your blessing in a form of abundance. Remember, there are many ways that we can help each other. And I'm telling you that you'll be surprised that there are even people who value these kinds of blessings even more than money. I'm telling you. And so, before you, by the way, you offer the charity work, set your intentions first. Why? Because it is better to have a goal. Without a goal, kung walang goal, it will not hit anything. If you have a goal, you can hit something because you have a goal. So the goal is our intention. Set your intentions first. I am doing this charity work so that I can manifest this full scholarship. I am doing this charity work so that I can get that full scholarship and have a very good standing in the US. Similarly, what your question is about, turn it into a positive affirmation. And when you do your charity work consistently, laging kung yan ang pinakagusto may manifest, then laging gawin yan to that manifestation. When you manifest it, you want to keep manifesting other things, of course, you have to continuously do charity work. And that's why ngayon, if I would want to manifest something, I offer charity work. And I'm telling you, the charity work is not limited again to what you can offer to other people. You can also make your own personal sacrifices in a form of penance and offer that in a form of penance so that you can manifest something, in which what I do. I only eat once a day. I do one meal a day, and the rest of the day, I manage the urge of food consumption. And I do it in a form of devotion so that if there will be times na may kailangan akong hingiin or hilingin, para siya, si God is like bangko yan eh. Di ba? May prayer siya, may humihingi siya ng blessing, check ko nga yung ano niya. Check ko yung credit niya. Pero wala akong mahuhugutan ng ano eh. Why? Because the universe, remember, the universe it will always respond according to the law of cause and effect. Kailangan may gawin ka muna. For you to receive something, you need to move. You need to move. Either do a charity work nga or offer kindness. Or you do the hard work and do it honestly and everything else. And then it will manifest again. But just like how gravity needs to happen, or inertia has to happen rather, there must be a divine force that will ignite that force first. So without it, saan huhugutin ni universe? Charity work. Do the charity work. It always never fails. Okay? So that's it for our session for tonight. Maraming salamat. I know napakahaba ng pila natin and some of you may have asked your questions again. Meron pa tayong opportunity next week because every Thursday we have a live session and we are going to be talking about the supernatural. So that's going to be happening in our Facebook Live on Thursday. But for now, thank you for everyone who joined and participated in our session for tonight. Now is the time for everybody to key in your names dahil lahat po, this is the promise that lahat po na nanonood at this very moment will be entitled to join our raffle. So please key in your names para naman, and today's date is November 16. Okay, November 16. Ito na yung mga listahan yung mga December raffle entries natin. Mahaba, hindi pala kita. Mahaba na yung hindi pa rin nakita. Pero mahaba na yung listahan. But here we are, we're going to November 16. Eto na, ilista na natin yung mga names ng mga participants natin. Ayun, okay. Jan Pauline Estanislao. Jan Pauline Estanislao. Yan. Oh, this is the first time I've seen your name. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I arise same can we study to the max. Oh, sorry na. Oh, hindi. Si Amor talaga. Okay. So, again, sa lahat mo ng mga gusto sumali sa ating raffle at the end of the month, again, what are the prizes up for grabs? We are giving away free workshops for everybody. This is the perfect way for us to give back for all the love and support that you have been continuously giving us. This is really the perfect way na makatulong pa kami sa inyo even more by joining our raffle entries and for you to win these workshops. So, emotional healing classes, we have crystal work for modern living, meditation and life-changing mantras. Actually, dun 2 weekends na may mga kasama tayong winners. And then, Reiki 1 this coming Saturday. Yung mga winners pala natin, let me also announce, that's JK. Teka, yung winners natin ng ano. For this Saturday's Reiki 1 class, tatlo yung nanalo. Lenny Bernarte, JK Reyes, and si Tin Masangkay. So, ang entries na natin for, ayun, ayun, hello, ayan na yung mga ano natin. Teka lang, Cha, Rodrin. Okay, si Cha. And then, Annalyn. Oh, hi, Annalyn! Si Annalyn, nanalo yan. Nanalo yan sa ating raffle last month. And syempre, sali lang ng sali. Sali lang ng sali, of course. Tin Masangkay. Aba, yan, si Beshi. Okay. Nanalo din yan si Tin. Nanalo din siya. Okay. Hi po. New here. It's my second time watching. Ay, maraming salamat naman for watching, Mel Bernal. Special shoutout sa iyo. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat. Ay, teka lang. May mga humahabol ba ng mga tanong? Ayun nga. Mga Rain Zafra. The Princess of Mega World na magkikita na kami in person. Nakaplano na. Alam mo yan. Ayan. Ay, anong tawag dito? Rain, sorry na, nakapila ka pala. Ayun, sorry na. Ayan, Maria Patricia, ayun. Ay, sus, isa pang nanalo si Paula Policarpio. Nanalo na rin yan. And last Sunday, she joined the Meditation and Life-Changing Mantras class. Okay, Brian Alay. Uy, hi Brian, first time ko nakita yung name mo. Welcome here. Maraming salamat for dropping by and trusting na maganda yung raffle entry natin, ha? Okay. Kathy, continue your charity works. We need like you, Ay shush! Ikaw naman, eh, anong gusto mo extend pa kaya yung reading? Joke lang. Ay shush, maraming salamat for appreciating. Maraming salamat. Sabi ko nga, eh, hindi 'to trabaho for me. Jino-joke ko lang kayo 'pag sikala sinasabi kong tatrabaho ko. Ito talaga this is really my passion. This is really what my life is about. I am really dedicating my life to continuously help as much as I can. And alam mo, isa yan sa mga pinagpe-pray ko, Lord, lagi niyo po akong padala ng mga matutulungan ko. Yan ang pinakamalaking mga prayers na sinasabi ko everyday. Thank you din. Anong tawag dito, Paula? Maraming salamat. Ay, shush, always. Alam mo yan. I wanna be with you. Ayan, joke lang. Okay. Okay, teka lang. Ayun, teka check let me check your names ba, okay, anong tawag dito, ang haba pa ng pila nung mga ano natin for tonight. Pero pasensya na sa mga hindi nakaabot, but of course again, your intuitive tarot reading sessions for next Tuesday, I highly encourage everybody to watch earlier para mas ang entries natin. Okay. So, sino pa yung mga ano, I know marami pang hindi nakakapag-key in ng names. Ilan pa lang 'to nalilista ko dito, 7 pa lang kayo. So again, if you're everybody who's tuned in right now, you are entitled to drop in your names as part of your raffle entry. Salamat for sharing about sa manifest. Walang anuman. Ayan si Maribel. Alam mo ba Maribel, I think I mentioned this to you before, but my mom's name is also Maribel, Maria Isabel. So ang galing 'no? Jeffrey Del Rosario, pahabol he, Jeffrey Del Rosario. Of course, uy si Jeffrey, uy 'di ba nakasali ka na last night? Jeffrey Del Rosario, of course, siyempre naman kailangan natin more chances of winning. Queen Calpe, Queen Calpe. Okay, thank you so much. Continuously key in your name sa lahat ng mga gusto mag-participate in our raffle entry. So tayo teka nga. I hope sa umaga kayo sorry na. Kasi 'pag iniisip alam mo, when we are talking about the time slot, of course maganda sana yung morning, but I want to siyempre paano niyo hahatiin yung priorities niyo? Paano kapag nagtatrabaho kayo? So, saan ako sisingit dun sa timing niyo dun? Bigyan niyo ako ng time. Joke lang. Okay. I hope sa sorry nabasa ko na pala. Meg Sia, very informative. Ay, thank you naman. Anong information naman ang nagustuhan mo today? Meg Sia, joke lang. Ilalagay ko yung pangalan mo siyempre. Damien, thank you for the night po. Ay, Damien, sabi ko sa iyo ha, ay Ivy ha, anong tawag dito, nanalo ka ha, congratulations. Hello Master, oh my gosh, hello, my fellow Reiki Master from California. Thank you for joining us, nakahabol ka. Okay. Sino pa ba? Let me know kung sino yung gustong makisali sa ating raffle entry. Again, all of our participants, you are all entitled. Just drop in your names there so that you can win a raffle entry. At the end of the month, we give away our workshops as our prizes, emotional healing prizes. We have crystal work for modern living so that you would know how to maximize crystals. Diba? Yung mga, nakikita niyo yan, mga crystals sa suot ko. Matututunan niyo what they're all about. Thank you din, Mary Rose. Maraming salamat. Sumali ka na ba? Gusto mo ba sumali, Mary Rose? Para naman ang dami nating pagchichismisan. Sumali ka na. Lalagay ko yung pangalan mo dahil kanina pa tayo nagchichismisan. Pinilit. Si Mary Rose. Okay. Tsaka kanina ka pa naman pa rin tayo nag-uusap. Oo nga, fasting for a purpose. Oo naman. Did I read it right? Gupit? Okay. Okay. So sino pa yung gustong sumali in our raffle entries? And by the way, every time, sabi ko nga every live session natin we're gonna do this, even on Thursday, please watch out. So I'm going to check baka this Thursday I'm gonna try StreamYard. We're gonna try StreamYard so that it will be shown simultaneously in both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, 'di ba? Medyo technologically challenged lang ako, sorry na. So, ayan. Amor, thank you so much. Okay, si Amor, of course, syempre sali si Amor. Ang dami ng entries niya ni Amor. GG Sure. GG Sure. Hello GG. GG. Parang measure na para akong nagka-braces reading your name, okay. Ang saya-saya sa sinong masaya? Actually malungkot ako. Yan, joke lang. Ayan, okay. Jillian. Did I say it right? Jillian. Jillian Marie. Yan. Yan. Hello. Hello. Good evening. May bayad yung multiple streaming. May bayad pag yung multiple screening. Then we have to invest on that. Kasi nga, I'd like to do that as well. I'm okay to do that. Actually, like yung Zoom ko because essentially I use it. So I'm okay to invest on that. Gusto ko nga din sana, kaso ayoko magbayad ng extra. Sorry na. Ako lang kasi kapag di ba, parang anything, it's really a good investment. Like ako yung Zoom ko, naka-renew na nga ako dun sa Zoom ko because I really need it. And we use it naman every month. As in, gamit na gamit ang Zoom sa amin. So yun na, sound investments. So it's already 11:08. So last 2 minutes. Okay. I'll give you a little more chance to send in your entry. So drop your names here para makasali tayo sa mga natin, sa raffle natin at the end of the month. Kami yung bahala. But of course, by the way, if you haven't watched, just ko po, yung weekly tarot reading natin, tomorrow and Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday, we have amazing major blessings. So kung anong blessing to, panoorin ninyo yung weekly tarot reading. By the way, ingat tayo sa Sabado. Kumalma tayo, especially on Saturday. Be very, very patient and more loving, understanding on Saturday kasi personal relationships natin yung at stake, ha. Panoorin ninyo yung weekly tarot reading para hindi ganun kabigat ang effect kapag hindi tayo masyadong hindi masyadong okay ang energy. Mas nakakapag-prepare tayo. Okay. Last, how can I set an appointment? Yes, we can talk offline in our Facebook page. Please send me a DM in our Facebook page. It's at Everyday Reiki with Marky. Doon natin pag-usapan yung if you would want a session. In fact, I'm so happy nga. Oh, by the way, let me take the opportunity again. I am featured in the 3rd episode of After All sa ating Lodi niya. Siyempre yung ang Besi ng Bayan, our ultimate star, Jeneline Mercado, our very good friend. And siyempre yung Lodi natin si Ismael, si Dennis Trillo. They featured me in their 3rd vlog. If you haven't watched that, again, ako nga yung ako yung nagturo ng tarot kasi kay Jeneline. It's very important yung na yun eh. Nagtaro kasi siya for herself kasi hindi siya sure kung if she's pregnant. And nandun yung full story, panoorin ninyo. Pwede po ba ako magpaturo kung paano magbasa ng tarot? Sana po mabigyan ng chance yung talent ko. Wow! Kaya niyo rin po bang sumayaw? Ano pa pong talent niya? Joke lang. Alam mo, I also teach anything that I share here. I also teach. And kakatapos lang ng intuitive tarot reading class last Saturday. And anong tawag dito, next month lang kasi I only just teach it once a month. Yes, if you're interested in learning it with me, pag-usapan din natin. Walang problema yan. Okay? Anong tawag dito? I actually knew you through Jen and Dennis IG store. Ay, oo nga, alam mo naman, I'm so blessed. Siyempre, lagi nga sinishare ni Bessie tsaka ni Den yung yung mga Tarot Tuesdays ko. I'm so blessed na. Yan. Yes, nag-chat tayo before. Oo nga pala, at isa ka pala sa nagturo kay Jen. Yes, ako nga yun. Sorry na. Oh, ayun na, time is up. Namatay na, nag-brown out na here. Okay, so, ayun nga, Master, lumabas ka din sa 24 Oras of Dungeon. Oo nga, ay nakita ko nga din. Thank you so much pala. Oo, anong tawag dito? Nadaanan ako ng camera dun sa So ayun, thank you so much naman. Pasali naman ako, sabi ko, "Saan? Saan ka saan? Ikaw yung taya, saan ka sasali?" 11:11, yes, 11:11 synchronicities. So ayun na, alam mo, puro tsismisan na tayo, 'no? Ang maganda dun, alam mo, ako yung nagmo-monologue dito, tapos nakakatawa, 'no? Pero totoo lang, may usapan natin para tayo nagtsitsismisan talaga ng live, 'no? Alam mo, by the way, and I would really love to meet all of you someday. Let me invite, kasi may cafe kami. We have a cafe. So, inaayos lang namin yung ating mga protocols kung sino, if you want to visit and you want to see each other. We have a cafe in San Juan. It's called Aranayani. Those are where our workshops, and it's actually a cafe, no? So, next time, tawag dito, buo na siya, kaya lang because of the health protocols this year, tapos na siya tayong-tayo na siya this year, kaya lang hindi namin siya mabuksan publicly. Ginagawa lang namin siya meditation place as of the moment dahil nga anon. So, but we are going to be launching it very soon. Watch out for the details. Mary Rose Bacolod. Ayaw nga pala, si Mary Rose. Bacolod pala the last name. Okay, Bacolod. Okay, sige. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much again. That's it for our huwag na tayo magpuyat, no? Sabi ko, ako nga nagpo-promote ng magandang health sign. Just pupuyatin ko kayo. So, I'll see you all on Thursday. We will be talking about Naku, kung meron kayong mga kababalaghan experiences na kailangan nyo rin ng tulong on those, baka may na-experience kayo na kailangan nyo ng clarity, you can also tell me those stories. And if you are experiencing something at home, you'll be surprised, nakakatulong din ako sa kanya. May superpowers ako sa ganyan. If you're going through something supernatural, I can help you. But for now, this has been Marky Mendoza. Maraming salamat ulit for staying at nakikipagpuyat sa akin. And we will see you on Thursday. Do not forget to watch our weekly tarot reading. I want to say thank you again, Fit and Form, for my hair. Thank you then. Thank you so much, Bessie, for sponsoring our hair. Yeah. Thank you so much. But for now, this has been Marky Mendoza. Laging papaalala, keep trusting the process. Namaskaram and have a great evening, everybody. Have a great week ahead. Thank you so much for watching tonight's session. Good night. And good night din sa'yo. Good night.